Hello, friend. Welcome back. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're on the Quagale First Nations territories today, and I've got a really great core and a little bit of full body, but like really core focused workout for you today. As always, there's no music in my videos, so throw on your favorite playlist, grab some water, meet me on your mat when you're ready. All you're going to want for today is just one yoga block. We're going to keep it real simple. And if you don't have a block, honestly, you can do it without it. I just like it because it adds a little bit more instability and it's just handy to have. So definitely going to want one of these at some point. Let's warm up whenever you're ready. We're going to sit nice and tall here on our sits bones, lengthening through the spine. We're going to start to wake up the pelvic floor. So imagine you're going to the washroom for a pee and you have to stop midstream. So pull everything up and in. Good. Now imagine you're going to the washroom for a poop and you have to stop part way. So pull everything up and in. And thirdly, if you're a biological female, imagine you have a blueberry at the opening of your vagina and you have to pull that up and in. This way we are sealing all of the pelvic floor openings closed, engaging those muscles and kind of creating like a upwards, like an upward suction, if you will. So that pelvic floor is engaged here. I'm going to just drop my hips or my knees, my knees to the sides. I'm going to have my feet just on the edges of my mat, sitting tall, just coming side to side. Good. Trying to sit tall, lengthening through the spine, drawing that belly button in, trying to pull these floating ribs inwards here, just waking up our body a little bit. Good. Taking in this beautiful scenery here. Good stuff. From here, we're going to bring our legs straight down. We're going to rotate from the hips all the way in. So think thighs are rotated in, rotated out. Sitting tall still here, rotated in, rotated out. Again, with these bottom ribs, they're not here. I'm trying to draw them in. Sitting tall on those sits bones. Good. Keeping those feet flexed. Driving those heels away from us. Lengthening from the crown of the head up to the sky. Pulling that pelvic floor up and in. Just warming everything up here. Perfect. And shaking it out. From here, let's flip over into our tabletop position. So in our tabletop, we don't want to dump the ribs to the floor here. We want to draw them up nice, flat, neutral spine. Wrists directly beneath shoulders. Hips stacked over the knees. Toes are going to be tucked under. My hand is going to be rotated ever so slightly so that my index finger is pointing to the front of my mat. And I want you to think that from the shoulder, you're creating like a rotation towards the pinky. Okay, so it's not coming from the elbow or the wrist. It's actually the shoulder that's rotating down. So when I do this rotation, firstly, my shoulder is going to be nicely aligned. So if you try this right now at home, try like middle finger to the sky. Now rotate slightly towards the pinky, index points up. Bring your arm down. Feel how your shoulder is now in just slightly better alignment and not kind of rolled and closed forward. Also, when I'm rotated this way and then I push away, you should be able to feel all the muscles down the side here of the ribs and maybe even just like the back and underside of the armpit start to engage. Maybe even the ribs, the serratus anterior, which goes over top of your rib cage, that push muscle. So when we're pushing away from the ground, we really want to feel all of that there. If you're feeling it a lot in your traps or in your shoulders, I want you to really try that little bit of rotation, kind of like you're cracking an egg in your armpit by rotating, and feel all of that engage. So here we go. Fingies pointed forward. Rotate those elbow pits to the front or rotate those arms towards the pinky. We're going to take a deep breath in. As we bring the rib cage down, we bring the head up, tailbone up. Exhale, tuck the tuck the chin, the tailbone, draw the belly button up. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. A few more like this. Actively pushing away from the ground. Pulling that pelvic floor up and in. Good. From here, come back to neutral spine. We're going to do some big circles with the rib cage. Great big circles. Think the rib cage is moving all the way around. Keep drawing that belly button to the spine, keeping that pelvic floor engaged. Switch directions. Keep pushing away from the floor. Beautiful work. Good. Keep that belly strong. Last one. Alrighty. Right on. Come on up. Real quick, just before we get into it, some circles for those wrists, just warming them up. We're going to come up here onto our knees. We'll just do some little circles for our hips, kind of like a little hula hoop, just making sure we're nice and warm. And every time you do a circle, I want you to think you're coming to the front, you're curling your pubic bone slightly forward so that your core is engaged, your ribs stay tucked. And as you're coming around to the side, try to engage a little bit through these obliques. Switch. So think it's your oblique that helps pull you up, then the lower belly. Good. Other direction for your wrists. Right on. Let's get to it. Here we go. So we're going to grab our block. We're going to place it under our knee. Good. Whoop. I'm in a hole in the sand here. Good. Other leg is going to be out to the side. So with my back foot, you can actually float that foot off the ground to give you a little bit more instability. If that's too challenging, bring the toes to the floor. It's no problem. Curl your pubic bone slightly forward, tuck the ribs, draw the belly button in. From here, we're going to reach our arms overhead. We're going to come over, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Good. Now draw that pelvic floor up and in, out to the side, up to the sky. If arms overhead is too challenging, you're always welcome to have your hands down by your chest or even up by the ears. Is nice because it'll open up your chest a little bit, whatever feels good. Last one like this. Now we're going to come over, all the way over to the other side. Hold, hold, hold. Engage this oblique. Good. Over, all the way over. Engage that oblique. Good. Coming over. So feel this oblique fire as we lean. Exhale up. One more like this. Exhale up. Keep pressing that pelvis forward. Pelvic floor stays strong here. We're going to come over. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pelvic floor is strong. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. From here, bring that wrist down. You're going to want to keep that knee stacked over your hip here. We're going to come up. We're going to lift this leg. Arm reaches overhead. Curl that pubic bone slightly forward towards your face so you feel the lower belly engaged. Good. Keep your hips stacked. Keep your shoulders stacked. Engage to the side of that hip to draw that thigh up. Good. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we're going to try to keep our hips pushed forward. Bring your hand and your foot towards each other. We don't have to touch. It's totally fine. Inhale back. Keep the hand and the foot high. Exhale forward. 2. Good job. Again, with that bottom foot, if you want to have the toes on the ground to make this just a little easier, that's totally fine. 4. Good. Keep that pelvic floor strong. 5, 6, 7. Keep pushing away from the ground with that bottom hand. Try not to shrug that shoulder up to the ear. And again, think you're kind of rotating at the shoulder towards that pinky so that you can keep that engagement through those muscles. Last one. Good. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, good stuff. Come on down from here. If you like, we can do just a little stretch. You can even bring your hand to the floor. Oh, yeah, that feels lovely. Just to release a little. Whoo, 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 whoo. Good. And other side. Always take a little breather if you need it. Feel free to grab some water. There's no rush. We're in competition with no one. So hips forward. Curl that pubic bone forward. Tuck the ribs. Draw the belly button. Pelvic floor is engaged. We reach overhead. Shoulders are down. We inhale. We come over to the side. Big stretch. Engage this bottom oblique. Exhale up to the sky. Engage this oblique. Good. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Again, you can float that back foot off the floor. Make it a little bit harder. 4, 5. Good. Now we're going to come over and over. Good. 2. And good job. Oh, yeah. Last one. Whew. Coming over, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that hand to the ground. So again, think we're trying to do that rotation towards the pinky slightly so that that shoulder can be not rolled forward, but pulled down. Wrist under shoulder, knee under hip. See if you can float that bottom foot off the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pelvic floor, stay strong. And 1. Good. We're going to come forward, hand to foot. Whew, this side is so much harder for me. 1, 2. Good job. 3. Oh, an eagle just flew overhead. 4. Try to keep your hips pushed forward. Good job. 5. We got 5 more. We got this. 6. 7. 8. Oh, the burn. 9. Does this feel as terrible for you as it does for me? Because, oh my goodness. Hold and lift that foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Come on down. Little side stretch. Oh, he's back. Hi, buddy. He's so beautiful. I always hope one day they'll fly low enough to get in the frame of a video so you guys can see, because I feel like every time I film, they're always over me. No one ever sees them except me. Nice problem to have, right? Good stuff. So from here, let's come on back to our tabletop. We're going to place our block under one knee. We're going to have our hands directly beneath our shoulders. Again, index finger points forward, a little bit of a rotation towards that pinky. Tuck the ribs in, pelvic floor is strong. Try to avoid letting this hip go to the side. We want to keep it stacked over top of the knee. So think that thigh bone is parallel, pointing straight to the ceiling. Good. We're going to pull that pelvic floor in. We're going to flex that foot. We're going to lift that leg up to the sky. Now, if you like, you can float this foot off the ground. Good. From here, we are going to bring this leg out to the side. We're going to sweep down towards the floor to see if you can bring it to tap the back of that elbow. Bring it back up. Good. Exhale, bring it forward. Keep that opposite hip stacked over top of the knee. 2. Good. 3. We've got this. 4. So notice with my thigh, you guys keep going. My kneecap is pointing down here. As I'm rolling around, my kneecap is pointing forward, coming back to face the ground. Good. You got 3 more here. We're going for a total of 10. Good. And as I draw that thigh forward to try to tap the back of the elbow, I'm engaging that oblique, trying to stay more in the abs than I am in the hips. Good. Now from here, I'm going to lean forward for my Pilates push-up. Come up, tap the elbow, bent leg. Kick up, straight leg, kneecaps point to the floor. Chest comes down between the thumbs. Hug those elbows in, come back up, bend the knee, tap the back of the arm. Good. Come down, exhale up, tap. Good. Use that oblique to draw that thigh bone in. Good job. And of course, if this is feeling a little uncomfortable for the wrists, you can always take a break, roll them out. Or you can even come down to your forearms and replace the push-up with just a little forearm plank. doing that same movement, drawing that leg up to the back of the arm. 3 more here. 3. I'm on a pretty soft, thick mat, so my wrists definitely feel it. Good, keep those ribs tucked in. Pelvic floor is strong, last one. Good, now from here, we're gonna take this leg, we're gonna bring it in. We're gonna bend that knee, bring it out to the side for our fire hydrant for 10. 9. Good job. Keep that other hip stacked over the knee. 7. Again, you want to make this easier. Plant these toes. If not, float. 6. 5. 4 more. Pelvic floor is strong. Keep those ribs tucked. Keep pressing away from the ground. 2. 1. Beautiful. Whew, other side. Here we go. Oh, that's a good one. Here we are. So, tabletop position. Leg is nice and straight. My ribs are not to the ground. They are tucked. My pubic bone is slightly curled. Oh, another eagle. There's so many today. Curled forward. So from here, I'm going to keep this hip stacked over top of my knee. I'm not going to sway away from my knee. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring my leg forward as if I'm skimming the ground to tap. Inhale back. Lift it high, kneecap to the floor. Exhale forward, kneecap to elbow. Keep that other hip stacked over the knee. Pelvic floor is strong. 3. Good job. 4. Draw that belly button into the spine. 5. 6. Oh, she's feeling it. 7. 8. And try to keep equal length on either side of your torso as you bring your leg forward. So try not to crunch to the side. Lengthen through that spine. Last one. Oh yeah. Whew. Leg to the sky. Hug those elbows in. Chest comes down between the thumbs. Exhale up. Keep those ribs tucked. Good. Tap the elbow. Up. Exhale up. Tap the elbow. Good. 7. Inhale down. 6. Keep those ribs drawn in. Good work. 5. 4. Keep that pubic bone curled slightly towards the ground here so that we're not curling the tailbone to the sky. This allows us to keep that lower belly engaged. 3 more. Good stuff. 2. Keep those ribs drawn up and inwards. Don't flare that rib cage to the floor. Last one. Good. Bring that leg in now. Bend that leg at 90. Fire hydrant for 10. 9. Keep that opposite hip stacked over top of the knees. Try not to sway to the side. I know it's hard and it's so tiring. We're working so hard. Pushing away from the ground. Feeling that engagement all through that side of the rib cage, the bottom side of the armpits. Good. Pelvic floor is strong. Ribs drawn in, belly button to the spine. Good. 2. And 1. Hoo-yah. Woo. That was a good one. Right on, guys. Great work today. I'm so proud of you for taking the time to work on yourself. I know sometimes it can be really hard to find the motivation to get on our mats or do anything. So I really hope that this was helpful for you. Also, if this was as challenging for you as it was for me, leave me a comment. I would love some feedback. And maybe it was too easy and maybe you're just like super amazing and super strong. I want to hear that too. Good for you. You're amazing. Take care, you guys. I wish you all the very best. As always, I just want to take a sec to thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. It really means a lot to me to see that you guys are enjoying my channel. If you're really, really loving it, consider giving a couple thumbs up, maybe a nice little comment, hitting the subscribe button, and sharing it with the people that you love. Until I see you next time, you take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves. You're doing a great job. Much love.